Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show as we turn our attention to the mauling of the Magpies at the MCG yesterday. It came at the hands of the Gold Coast Suns, and joining us very shortly will be a man who contributed no less than 4 goals.
He is terrific. Ellis, 35 disposals, Miller with 34. Brady Mychek was probably Collingwood's best, had 24 disposals and also kicked 4 goals. But the man to introduce now is Josh Corby. Kicked 4 goals yesterday. He lit up the MCG. He's kicked 9 in his last 3. He was very good against the Dogs a couple of weeks ago. But welcome to the Sunday Footy Show, Josh, from the hotel. And yesterday's win, it was a ripper.
Thanks very much for having me on board.
Yeah, take us through yesterday's game, because I thought there was a steely resolve we haven't seen from a lot of the Gold Coast youngsters. Collingwood really came at you hard. They had a lot of inside 50s, particularly in the second and third quarter. You're able to stand up to that pressure and then get the game back on your terms in the last quarter, where you pretty much routed them late.
That was the pleasing part we found. Was obviously, you said, as you touched on, the third quarter, they come out really strong, and probably previous years we would have fallen back and probably conceded into the pressure. But we were really pleased as a team to be able to reduce that pressure in the third quarter and then respond in the last. So it was really pleasing, and obviously on the MCG, which is a fantastic oval. So the boys really enjoyed it.
Josh, there's a member of this panel, I won't embarrass him, but Kane was saying that you didn't necessarily win the game on your own merits. It was Collingwood allowed you to...
No, you said that. I said Collingwood were off defensively, which
You said Collingwood allowed them to win.
Yeah, they allowed them to get their ball movement going from the back half. And Josh, that was a pleasing thing, the way that you're able to transition the ball from defence to your forward line. I didn't take any credit away from you at all, but the way you moved the ball was impressive.
Yeah, we were very pleased, as you touched on. I think the big ground really suits us as a running side, so we're able to use that to our advantage, and it's not every day you get to play in the MCG, so we relish the opportunity, and to walk away with the 4 points, we're really pleased.
Tell us about your story. You're a mature age draft pick. You came from the VFL, 23 years of age. Why did it take you so long to reach the top level? Because your performance yesterday, 4 goals, 4 contested marks, you can seriously play.
Probably early days just took me a little while to understand football as far as maturing into my body. I had a few little injuries early days. But yeah, being at Werribee was the best thing for me, just to be able to develop my football and understand what best position for me. So I was lucky enough to play there with the likes of Sam Collins, who's also at the Suns. So he's a terrific footballer and probably one of the best that I've seen go around. So it's worked for me, and obviously it's a different journey. There's myself and like Brody Mychek, who played also yesterday. So there's definitely opportunities for boys in state league competitions if they're ready to work hard enough to get the opportunity.
Josh, it was a big day for a number of Suns. Hugh Greenwood among those big-name players yesterday. 26 possessions in total, 21 of those contested. He had a double-figure tackle count. He's so crucial to what you're about when you get your game going, isn't he?
He's just so good, just that pressure and that hunger to tackle and just hunt the opposition. So he's a bit of a barometer for us, but him along the lines of Nick Holman, Tuka Miller, Noah Anderson, and I don't want to keep naming because I'm going to fall short of boys that also contribute to it all, but we really find it's a really strong group effort. So Huey's obviously a big barometer, particularly the tackle count. So when he's up and about, it really stands us in good stead for a strong game.
You've made a couple of mentions of the MCG in this interview. So I think there were 6 guys who hadn't been to the MCG before in your side yesterday. Did Stewie Dew make a big deal of this, saying this is where the big finals are won and played? And how much was made of that?
To be honest, we sort of went the opposite way and just talked about it more as to try and go out there. Obviously, we were there a couple of hours before the game started, and we're able to get out there and have a good look around and take it all in. And as I say, it's just like a... It's got the posts at either end, and it's got the same lines on there. So we try to keep it as simple as possible that way and go out there with the objective to go and get the 4 points, and we were lucky enough to go and do that. But it was a beautiful oval, and yeah, it's something that I'll always remember, going out there for the first time and lucky enough to get the win at the same time.
Well, Warrnambool has certainly produced some champions over the years, not just of the 2-legged variety, but also the 4-legged. Did you have a lot of family coming up from Warrnambool to watch the game?
Yeah, I did actually. I was lucky enough to have a few of them. When we were walking around at the end, I saw my mother, which I couldn't miss. She was almost trying to fall off the rail to try and get my attention, I reckon, to get a little look. So it was good, but I had some good family and friends there as well. It's always nice to have good support when you're out there on the field. It makes it all worthwhile. It was really nice.
Well, let's have a look at the votes from yesterday's game. And I thought Hugh Greenwood, Damo, I thought he was outstanding, and he really got them going. Miller, again, 34 disposals last week, a stack of it again. Brandon Ellis knows what it's like to play at the MCG.
Where is Josh?
And I thought Brady Mychek was the one focal point for the Pies. Josh was very, very good. He did kick 3 late, so I thought he...
He's
secure
was
themselves?
fantastic. He was great.
Even on the back of the story about how his mother was so enamoured by the performance and the win, why, just for his mum
I
at least.
texted our producer last night.
11
I said,
marks.
we've got to get highlights of Corbett because he is a decade player and I think that takes him to 35. So maybe a 7-year player to 32, 33, but he is someone that they can build that forward line around with King. So I'm a big fan of his and I saw his game against the Bulldogs. He was
suck up now.
outstanding
Yeah, I know,
that day
yeah.
as
Don't
well.
suck up,
played for
don't
that.
suck up now.
Josh, do you want to say anything in reply?
No comment, thanks.
Well, you walk away with the best prize pack in the business. Lose prize pack. Josh, we'll start with a Callaway. A dozen Callaway Chrome soft golf balls and Odyssey Tour towel. Travis Matthew, 4 Travis Matthew caps. That's 4 to keep a lid on the golf course. The best in the business. Aquila Shoes been looking after us for years. You get pairs of those. Kicking golf since 1958, if you don't mind. The Bar Fridge from Bar Fridges Australia, a big Bar Fridge fan we are, of course, Damo, still cooling the beers of a nation. The Ricks, a pair of Ricks eyewear, use the code word chompers at rickseyewear.com.au for 20% discount. Platform 28, dinner for 2 at our favourite restaurant, Platform 28, and AMFX and your very own custom fire pit, thanks to AMFX. Speak to Alan at the team. Metal Art, 100% Australian made. Fairly solid prize pack for you to walk away with this morning.
Good on you, Josh. Thanks for your time and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Thanks very much, lads. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. There he goes, Josh Corbett. Hey,